Well, hello, Rid. How are you doing today? It's been a bit, hasn't it? Haha. Yeah, I know. It's been a while. It's been a bit hectic on my end. That's why I haven't really streamed. It's been 3 weeks since I streamed. Haha. Well, life just sucks is all. That's why. But I know I needed to, and I'm doing okay. How are you? Yeah, I'm still getting over being, I guess I got another cold, I don't know. I'm still congested as hell, but better than I was yesterday. So let's just yeah. Let's just get back over to it. Hang on, let me mess with something here. My microphone software has been messing up, so I'm having to do everything manually more than I usually do. So that's been fun. I'm having to do all the sliders and everything in OBS, and it's just, I don't know. I think I just need to get a new Go XLR. And I don't really want to buy a new one because they're not the cheapest things. For it to make everything better, I know it will make everything better. It is making everything better. Look, we're in the game. I probably, hopefully, won't cry sometime soon because I'm still a little, still exhausted a bit from when I had to kill Heidelin. That was not fun. Anyways, let's go to this next quest. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen in 14. 14's a nice, happy, fun game. Nothing bad ever happens here. Sean wishes to discuss the distribution of the treasure. Oh yeah, that's right. We went to a dungeon under the sea. Yeah, in the middle of the sea that had this place thingy. Thanks for the heart, Red. I had one of these little like void portals, which that's concerning. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups will benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with this trap directly, so I'd ask that you act in my stead. This will help. You are to visit Aquila and Vedleham. Speak with Matsya and his people and listen to their grievances. Astinian, I bid you do the same at Palakistan. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Giant Skull's ground. How could a Pichu escape? I'm looking at my chat. Pokemon Community Game Universe showed up. Once you believe you've ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Mekaduta. Yep, that's fun. I'm also probably going to have to take my computer in because, not sure what happened. I installed a new SSD. Works fine perfectly. I actually have the game on there, on this, and it runs fine. Now, for some reason, my speakers don't work. I had to buy a pair of USB plugs because everything I plug in USB works fine, but my speaker system was plugged in, AV cable, was it? I don't know, it plugged in that way, and they don't work. I've tried both ports on the desktop, and yeah, that's been fun. And now one of my fans might be broken. I don't know. I just know it worked before I put the SSD card in, and now it's not working, so meh. I don't know. Let's see. Where is Akash? Oh, it's over here. Yeah. Problem is, though, now my job's Monday through Friday mornings, usually like 8 or 9 o'clock until 6, 7 o'clock, so I need to find a local place that actually is pretty good with computer repairs. The thing is, I don't know any local places, and yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh well. I did finally buy a ring light. I was actually at GameStop when I pre-ordered Tears of the Kingdom, which I am trying also my best to get through the patch content, or at least as much has been updated before Tears of the Kingdom comes out, because I have it planned that I have the I have a 5-day weekend, and I am going to be setting aside time to do nothing but probably stream Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm definitely trying to get to the end of the patch content, or like I said, what's left of it, or what's been made. So that way I'm caught up to do Tears of the Kingdom. Ah, Zathub, I was glad to see you have returned unharmed. You finished with the both then, right? Hmm? Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose. Zaldal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. One's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. And I've also been spending, because I mean I'm still playing the game a lot, I just haven't been streaming it. I have been working on all of the beast tribes because I want to get emotes. I know there's stuff I get when I max all these out, and I want them. It's a good determination for me. Although I will be getting that. Yeah, so I'll be finishing up Vanu Vanu tomorrow. And slowly working on all of these. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnir, then you must try my special Amr Lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be best. Oh, cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you I'm willing to go as low as an even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. Still not turning out a profit these days. Not gonna be. I am not Estinian. Still not turning a profit these days. Times are harsh, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire. We are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. Stop giving them praise. Stop it. Sisters, spare me. Might as well have the ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. The world literally almost got destroyed and got burned alive, and you're like, no, we gotta get money. I understand commerce and everything, but like, perspective, my dude. Myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd traveler a small fortune for afternoon tea, scavenging for scraps in the street. Well, also the problem is though, we can't just like dump money here and expect it to fix everything. It's not gonna be that easily fixed. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? Trade routes are open once more, now that the danger is past, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Zalkal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done, God's rest his soul. Well, yeah, we're still messed up here. I need to finish getting these mounts. Need to like message like Cap or someone in the FC or message. Just yeah. I want more mounts. Megaduta, I think that's how that was said. But Rid, I hope you're having a good day too. Hello, Stinian. It would seem my stint as a Vitra's back did not go unnoticed. Couldn't take 2 steps before another Hannish local was thanking me profusely for saving their home. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? Ah, thank you, Wezo, for the spare change. Hi. How you doing today? Good to see you. You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least. There are a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Yeah, you're not wrong. Fair enough. Hope you're doing good today, Wessa, though. I didn't say it already. As for my inquiries, the beacons of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of... Oh, thanks for not being first. Also, thank you for being first and not first. Thank you for throwing a bear at me. Thank you, Wezzo. And thank you for the spare changes. But they are surviving. That's the best way we can describe the situation here. Everyone is just surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Bethlehem. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provided for their relief, for the needs for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. Myself have good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a wagon full of giant skull to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akali and Yedletmed? How do you say the name? People are surviving. That's all we can say. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedletmed. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast struck their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over, so many lives lost. Yep. Thanks for throwing everything at me, Rid. Thank you. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Zethub, Astinian, I will consider the perspectives you brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Thank you for the duck, Wezzo. Hello. I'm gonna do a stretch. It's oh, thank you for the duck, Rid. Oh, they're right there in front of me again. Hello. Oh no. Come, I would like to be in attendance when I announce a proposal to my assembled functionaries. Okay, I'll actually take another drink. I just drank some Wezzo, but thank you. You know, as I'm realizing, because this is not the updated Red Mage Glam I have, the feather's on the wrong side of the head with this outfit. Nope. Alright, hang on, let me do something.
I thank you for your attendance.
Okay, let me get up close. I actually trimmed up my beard a few days ago, so it's kind of a bit stubbly, but we're growing it back out. And also it's good that my model has a beard as well, so you kind of like imagine you're scratching, he's scratching too. It is all over the place. But then you can also see how my head's moving though.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, let's get back to it. Thank you for your attendance. forgot his. Oh yeah, I forgot his body's his eyes in the body.
Retrieved or hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. That
Hello, old man. Indeed.
day city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel,
It might be. Unless someone so called you that.
will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly.
To your face. Wes has become coming in spicy today. I like it.
Sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware.
I'm only 40. You're the one who you instigate it, Frid.
Was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others.
Just almost double my age.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
Instigated. I just embraced it. You know, you're right.
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society.
Society.
Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
I mean, taxes do kind of help pay for everything, but I mean, they're all really good. They're all useful. They're all correct. I mean, it takes all of them. It really does. You gotta have a village to this, but you also have to, like, you know, yeah, it takes a village.
Of course, we must all look out for one another.
Uh huh. Nice 4 hours. Well, so sleep more if you can.
A contract shall be written, requiring
Unless that's all you really need. But
Zadar's treasure,
it's, yeah, that is a lot for you.
portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Something with Kalzal seems appropriate. As long as you're getting enough sleep and you're resting, though, I guess that's all that matters at the moment, Wizzo.
Kalzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Daphne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well.
Kalzal was a good man. Dragon man.
Isn't that right, men?
Aura, whatever they are.
This bodes well for that boy. Mirag, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the...
Yes, as long as you're taking care of yourself, I guess that's all that matters at the moment. Yeah.
Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day.
Are those all? Yeah, I think they're all dancers. Hmm.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Yeah, Ishgard's doing pretty good right now. For the most part, it seems. Enjoy your lurk, Wezzo. Let's see, giant potato pancakes. Compote. Nice. I don't know. What are you trying to say, Wezzo? Bum 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 bum. Radiant. What class is he anyway? Oh, he's a dancer. Nope. Jeez. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asks that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Adawan assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. A dark circus. What? Huh? Hmm? Like, honestly, finishing this expansion, it feels different from other expansions because, you know, at the end of ARR, it's like, I mean, there's, you know, we had that really bad dining room or dining experience. I mean, yeah, we beat the Empire, so I mean, the world was still okay. We finished up Heaven's Sword. I mean, Ishgard was more or less okay, and then the bad dragon threat was taken care of. Stormblood, the Empire was defeated again. Rhalgr's Reach, people taking back what they wanted. Finished up Shadowbringers. The first was more or less at peace, and everything was the way it should be. But Endwalker, it's like, well, it was almost destroyed, and we just kind of have to keep on going. It feels weird. Like, it's just like it's done. The world wasn't destroyed, but it got pretty close. So I guess we're just surviving, basically, from what it feels like. If one who claims it's too late to save his sister, Vitor seems awfully interested in whatever relations you Stola might have to share. Shall we hear what your scholarly comrade has to say? Alright, Stola, what do you gotta say? It's got a face, kinda.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the void gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics.
I guess that's true.
From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll have my outfit, because I do remember what I was wearing then.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the walls separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah, but I can do it whenever I want to. Haha.
Then what of the many void sent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
Okay, so it's like lore dump now time, okay. Right.
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact.
Okay. I'm with you so far.
Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
I don't think I like where this is going.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
Oh.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Is this what we're going to be doing in the next expansion? Going over to the 13th. And putting a stop to all this.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Huh. Rar. Huh.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Yeah.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other
Must
side.
needs. Stop. I hate when people say that now.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Yeah. But this still seems like a really bad idea, Y'shtola.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive, and I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
No, no, you make me blush, Stola. Count me in.
I had a feeling you might say that.
Hello?
Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Oh?
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
House Daymir? I don't recall that name.
Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
Hmm? Great work. Move the microphone up just a little bit. There we go.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Really?
A man-made void scent.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
With Graha's favorite place to sneak around. What's the... There we go. Okay. With Graha's favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy.
But he's so short. He can't reach the shelves. That's how he got caught.
In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
I find that hilarious that canonically he is too short to do that, and that's why he got caught, because he's so short.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelf. See myself being of little use. Go on ahead. Still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Hello. Hi, how's it going? Working on some patch content for Endwalker.
Let us be on our way as well.
Hope you're having a good day. Hmm?
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
This seems like a bad idea. It really does. Let's see, where is... To old Charlian we go. Haven't been here in a while. Oh, there you are, Stola. If we're to enter Nauman's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist cooperation from a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? What of Scholar Montashani? He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Aww. Stola's following us. There's a lot of people here right now. I have so many blue quests I need to do. But I've been going back and kind of like doing my beast tribes, doing some of the quests I missed in other expansions too, slowly working on those. I still need to do the Ultima weapon quests, or the ruby weapon stuff. There's just so much in this game, you guys. It's so big. If I was pressed to name our allies in the forum, Scholar Montashani would certainly be at the top of the list. Hopefully he agrees to help aid us with our request. I appreciate it. I'm apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7, and I've been under her tutelage for a full decade. Never had the chance to attend the studium. Near the Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis Sois took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life would have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Should I wonder as well? Oh, what? Oh, never mind me. It was just an idle thought. Yeah, we're not going to install Stola. She'll kill us very easily. Yeah, here we go. Hi, Violet. How's it going? I was lurking. Yeah, of course, I was lurking on you, doing your raid stuff. I saw you got to, oh, hang on. Got to that second phase, and you guys are making good progress on it from what I could tell. But still, I don't know how raiding works, but seems like you're doing good. Ah, visitors. And quite esteemed ones at that. How may I be of you? We're so close. That's really good to hear. That's awesome. Pray forgive the intrusions, Skalak, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Newman's restricted archives. Oh, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of cooperative serenity, what so compels you to disturb the vault of forbidden wisdom? Well, we're gonna go to the 13th and kick some Void Sen's ass, it seems like. I see nothing bad happening from this. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption was correct, the research left behind by House Dirmir has laid dormant in Charlian's archives for many centuries. If you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. Why, Y'shtola, why did you steal Master Matoya's theme? I know you took over her mantle on the first, but this is Master Matoya's theme. To what end, pray tell? Develop a method of traversing the rift, for one. I might keep my word to a distant friend. Ah, she wants to go visit Runar. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future, and yet I am to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was all the promised reward? Marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and wherefores, I for one do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. Well, that's good to hear, I guess. I see no reason not to present your reward for the forum's consideration. Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fortuno, of course. You can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. Yeah, I guess that's true. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well. We will pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case. Ah, one last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity... Of course, Scholar. We'll be sure to pass on any revelations. Let's see, where's... Oh, you're over there. Oh, you're just right behind you, Y'shtola. Oh, you know, while I'm here... And keep getting these shards. There you go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, I do want to check over here. I know there's just going to be a wall, but like I very much like to just see more of old Charlian. I mean, there's literally the housing district right there. You can't tell me old Charlian housing isn't going to be unlocked at some point soon. Although I would think that it would be awesome if we could get the first housing too, or Crystarium housing. That would be awesome as well. Come on, let me in. This is literally... Yeah, I'm taking a picture just because, like, that is definitely housing right there. Master of the Sub, Mistress Y'shtola, how may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fortuno. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Thank you. Well, well. Liance would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter important to discuss? Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. You know, we could go in for tea and discuss this over tea, I would imagine. Would probably work pretty well. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Monteshan expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, why risk the consequence of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother was given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. It's very poetic there, Y'shtola. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting his siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Don't celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Now we're doing things the right way this time. So hopefully they're not going to be angry at us. Hi, Stola. The matter is out of our hands. All that remains is to return to the Annex and wait word at the forum's decision. Let's see, so we need to go... Where's the... Oh, there it is, okay. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian, and salted the earth for good measure. When it comes clear that her student has the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumblings and stiffen a few spines. It was agreed that allowing you to enter the archives was the last we could do in return. This is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, aye. But the very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. Yeah. If I were but 5 years younger, I'd cast aside my lecture and join you on your adventure in a heartbeat. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Demir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. You'll be headed directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once more, we thank you all for your help. It was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? It's daytime. Normally I would just like teleport over there, but I really like Old Charlene. It's grown on me. I didn't like it when I first got here because it just seemed like a bunch of stiff stiff assholes who didn't want to help us. But it's a nice little place. If only we can just keep it safe. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist but yawns away from where you find me napping. If I had known of Alzadal's the Third exploit sooner, I could have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. Lesson I've already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Archon, Ishtolas, and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Oh. I forgot there was singing in here. This is Flo. I like this too, but I haven't really been here much since I finished the MSQ, and the singing just kind of got to me a bit. I mean, because that was just Flo. It's like Heidelin's still with us, though. Follow me if you would. Watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Oh? What is this song? Why is this acting like it's going to be a dungeon?
If House Demir's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Yeah, is this that, this is the library theme from, what's that library called in Heaven's Word, isn't it? What was the dungeon called? No. Yeah, is it the Great Gooba Library? I feel like this is what this is. Maybe a remix of it. So many books I've yet to read. Yes, yes, we are here for one specific volume. You needn't remind me. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger but trembling, like a flame's light threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such distinction seems inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transient being. Is he like falling in love with like a succubus or something, I imagine? In the year 1564, the Sixth Umbral Era, the Amalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as a gigantic lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-aspected magic. If we consider that primal summoning is an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resulting deiform entity should manifest the appearance and powers with which it is attributed by its whisperers. What then might emerge from the ether should one who believes in an almighty omniscient attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence? Should some other embodiment of divinity sagacity? Could this man-made god truly be all-knowing? If it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself have made questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being possessing of encyclopedic wisdom of every age? Yet with no means to verify its pronouncements, how could one be certain they would be true? Yeah, this seems important. This seems very important, but not what we're looking for. This does seem very, very important. Because they did kind of touch on that a little bit, because that's what Great King Mog was. He wasn't really a actual... I mean, he was a primal, but he wasn't really a deity. Following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift spanning of apertures as devised by Nahashan, the ninth Patriarch of House Daymore. We present these research notes to the facility of Charlene's studium as both a token of our friendship and expression of our boundless admiration. Ishtola, I found something. Have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies. I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Well done, Zathab. I think you may have found our prize. Excuse me. That?
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Yeah. Open it.
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
I've fought many of these.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen, and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings reveal that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years.
Yeah, I guess during the Crystal Tower raids, it did summon those things.
Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
I have not. Apparently I have, never mind.
And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive.
That makes sense.
It was no easy
That's
task,
dangerous.
but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Yes. I did like they pointed that out. Like, yeah, you know, we're tempted, but we're not supposed to. As much as I would love to start crafting the Atmos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hannish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemor project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled, security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nidhana can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her at the Great Work. So let's go there. Okay. That's an alligator, yes. That's not terrifying at all. I need to start working on the Beast Tribe quests here, but I have so many. And tomorrow I'll finish the Vanu Vanu. So that will be nice, because I have not finished those allied ones. I want the dance. I see the dance every now and then, I'm like, I want that. Give me the dances. All these sallow, sleep-deprived faces, but their eyes still burn with fiery zeal. Such things never change. Y'shtola tells me you are pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be part of it? I have no doubt you'll be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters, stop giving them praise. Stop it. This is the mark of House Daymore. I never... Oh. If you should, it was sequestered in Newman's restricted archives, after all. It was? But that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. Forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspected hand? I can hardly wait to read it. What was that, like, I just was like... like a weird little, like, jiggle thing my character did. What was that? To think the Daymore were developing such marvelous technology so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build a new mock Atmos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Daymore project. Work on that even the redoubtable scholars of Charlian trembling in their sandals, no alchemist the great work could resist. You're a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big-mouthed simulacrum once we built it? Well... So there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty? It is a day of revelations, indeed. If the purpose of our mad main Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating... Oh. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the... It's not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Yeah, you're right. Charlian's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need go no further than the Fount of Maya. The ascetics of old once favored the place for their medications, and the water which pools there now is known to enliven the flow of ether. That sounds perfect. If you'd be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Freacher to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to mend the void gate. Should we be about it then? We meet back here anon. Let's see, where is that at though? Oh. That's where you rescued that baby. Fair skies. Like I said before, it's like the world just keeps on going. Yep. The world just keeps on going after the world basically ended. It just feels weird is all. Not weird, but like I guess that's how life is. I think the world's almost gonna end, but when it doesn't, life just keeps on going. Estinian! The boy Mered was glad to hear the news of the Foundation. It means a new life for him and his sister. Do you have that flask for me? Here you go. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, Thub. Void theory. Look who I came across. Estinian seemed in need of diversion, and we, in turn, may have need of his lance. Right then. Now that our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsuya's boat again? Not this time. Once you still informed me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Akali. Your Excellency is ever the gracious host. Shall we? Ba-da-bum. Shall we gotta say here? Onto the boat, if you please. We can chat on the way there. 'Tis likely not needed with Vritra along, but I held on to the map against the chance we might return to the ruins. A phalanx? I don't know what a phalanx is, but it definitely sounds like a Pokemon to me. The ship is yours to command. Oh, thanks. We set sail at once. Oh, this is so exciting! Alzadal's legacy to see the truth of a legend with mine own eyes. All aboard for the treasure vault. Yes. Let's go. Guessing, yeah, there we go. Thought we cleared this place of constructs last time we came through. It seemed a few stragglers remained. Poor Vritra. He really should have spoken with Asinian before we left. Should have think what we've cost them in terms of construct materials. Yeah, how dare you, Pokemon community game? You used Pokeball. You jerk.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty.
This seems bad, or at least something bad might happen here.
It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
Oh, we're doing the Atmos already.
I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater.
Okay. Yeah.
Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
That's definitely a good theory.
This is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Why am I getting progressively sassier? Say nothing and look meaningfully at Distidian. Maybe send a familiar.
Very good. I see you've been paying attention. As Vritra sent his simulacrum, so too shall we rely on a familiar to bear the brunt of any unpleasant consequences.
Oh no.
Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Y'shtola, what are you doing? Y'shtola?
Water, water, froth and foam!
I'm sorry, what? Did she just go fucking Sailor Moon there all of a sudden?
Her arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Oh, these things, okay. Yeah, they're adorable. She sack her ears.
No, not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve as well.
Oh good, the music changed. I liked that dungeon, it was a lot of fun.
According scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Okay. Is this gonna be like a duty, I'm guessing? No, is it? We're not gonna make fun of her. No, is it?
We are glad for it. Let us begin, shall we? Nixies, into the void.
Okay, well. Every time I come here, it reminds me of that dark portal above the crystal tower, and the final lash of Ajal's tail as she plunged into the void. Sisters, save me. Please stop giving the sisters praise. I will never see Stola the same way again. Froth and foam indeed. I struggle to picture Stola as a little girl. Easier to believe she's praying fully force from one of Master Matoya's cauldrons. We need to wait for a time to ensure a meaningful result. Be patient and keep watch for any intruders. Okay. She's so giddy. Well, I mean, I guess this is really important. I mean, we're traveling into the void.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
Ooh. Oh no.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Close the damn gate. Close the damn gate. That's a fucking demon. No. Close the damn gate. Close it.
Out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
Close the damn gate. Don't you dare stop him. Close that fucking gate. Close it.
They're coming through.
Yeah, let's kick their ass.
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Yeah.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
Yes, it was. Poor little guy.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
It does.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
Yeah.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
Oh, that's not good. That's
It
very
was,
bad.
Of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives.
Yeah, we don't.
The 13th, is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals.
Oh yeah, I did finish up
But
that
those
quest.
same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness.
Yeah, it did.
And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Feel like it's going to be.
That shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way.
Hell yeah.
But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos.
Pokemon game? Come on. They used an Ultra Ball.
If I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Sartrap's family archives?
Oh.
Your Excellency?
Oh.
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
Let's see. This is the last of N6.1. Oh. Sorry, I got distracted. I was reading something on a webpage. I was looking at the last of the quests here. Just name the MSQ. I know I need to not do that, but I was. Let's see. Once Nidhana succeeds in replicating the Mach Atmos, the door to the 13th will be ours to open. We will be crossing the threshold along with... Oh, sorry. I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There's something I must go first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? At least have good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. And should we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nonetheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged period of time. And I think this is a problem that can address anyone involved, that can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Garland Ironworks. Sid. An excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself was no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, may have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Ronker's Reach and commission their best and brightest. Ba-da-bum. Oh, nice. Rogger's Reach. Is it daytime? Oh, I wish it was daytime. Let's see. I think I am actually going to go ahead and call it a little early stream. I know I didn't go very long. Well, like an hour and 45. That's still quite a bit of a stream, but I don't know. I'm just starting to feel I'm just kind of low energy. I don't know. I'm just not feeling in the mood for stream right now. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end. Let's see who's going. I'll go ahead and read out to them. I don't know. I'm still just getting a little over being sick, so I just kind of want to just relax. Let's see. Who do we have going? You know, I don't know them that well. We're gonna go and raid out to yeah, we'll go right out to Baked Tech Bear. Oh. Yeah. I don't know them that well. I know them really through just like mutual friends. They seem nice enough. But yeah, they're doing unpacking. So we'll go raid out to them. They do seem like a nice guy. So his followers, subscriber only chat. Okay, yeah, definitely give him a follow. He seems pretty chill. They're doing unpacking, so yeah, we're gonna raid out to them. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.